Welcome to the Stoic Golden Tribe, where enduring wisdom meets the strength of presence, and where we uncover the truths modern society refuses to teach men. Today we're exploring a topic most men think they understand, but few truly master. 9 female weaknesses men must know. Let's be clear from the start, this isn't about manipulation, cruelty, or games. It's about understanding, so you can become the man who navigates love and relationships with clarity, confidence, and emotional intelligence. Women have vulnerabilities, just as men do, but when you know what they are, you don't exploit them. Instead, you learn how to connect, lead, and protect in ways that make you stand out as a high-value man. In ancient times, warriors studied not only the art of battle, but also the art of the heart. The Stoics taught that true strength lies in knowing yourself and those around you. Marcus Aurelius said, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it." This is the mindset you'll develop today, understanding women's emotional triggers so you don't get lost in confusion or frustration, but lead with presence, calm, and authentic masculine energy. We'll break this down into 4 in-depth chapters, exploring these 9 critical female weaknesses in detail. You'll gain practical examples, relationship guidance, and deep, timeless wisdom to help you thrive. If you're ready to stop being a passive participant in your love life and start becoming the man women remember, then you're in the right place. Before we dive in, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the Stoic Golden Tribe for more timeless lessons in masculinity and relationships, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an upload. And drop a comment below telling us, what's the biggest question you have about understanding women? Your voice matters here. Let's build this tribe of wise, strong, emotionally intelligent men together. Chapter 1. Emotional Vulnerability, the First Gateway. When it comes to women's greatest weaknesses, the first, and often least understood, is emotional vulnerability. Many men believe women are emotional simply because they cry or overthink, but in reality, this emotional depth is a gateway to connection and influence. It's both their strength and their weakness. Women want to feel, they need to feel. Their entire bond with you is built on how you make them feel, not what you say, not what you promise, but the emotional landscape you create around them. The Greek philosopher Epictetus taught, "We are not disturbed by things, but by the views we take of them." Women's emotions often fluctuate wildly, not because they are irrational, but because their view of reality is filtered through feelings first. This is why when you're absent, distant, or emotionally unavailable, they can spiral into insecurity, imagining worst-case scenarios. This emotional vulnerability is a weakness if it's unguarded, but it's also your opportunity to lead with calm, unwavering strength. Imagine a woman in a new relationship. She likes you, but you're non-committal. She says she's fine, but she overthinks every delayed reply. She analyzes your tone. She worries she's not enough. This is the weakness you must understand, not to manipulate her, but to reassure her when it's right, or to set boundaries when needed. Your power here is presence. When you remain calm while she's emotional, you prove you're a rock in her storm. Don't argue with feelings, don't shame her for them. Instead, listen deeply. Validate that she feels something, even if you disagree with the interpretation. Women don't want men who collapse under emotional pressure. They want men who can hold space, who can hear, see, and guide without losing themselves. Practice active listening. Don't interrupt to fix everything. Don't match her chaos with your own anger. Validate her feelings without surrendering your boundaries. Be the calm she can rely on. By understanding emotional vulnerability, you're not becoming weak or pandering. You're becoming unshakable. Drop a comment below sharing how you handle emotional moments with the women in your life. Chapter 2. Craving Validation. Her Silent Hunger. One of the most overlooked female weaknesses is her deep and constant craving for validation. Now, before you misunderstand this, let's be clear. This is not about vanity or shallowness. This is about emotional security, the invisible thread many women rely on to feel seen, valued, and safe. A woman's sense of self-worth is often tied to how the world reflects her. especially from the man she's emotionally invested in. Compliments, attention, and appreciation? They're not just nice, they're fuel. Think of a woman scrolling through Instagram. She posts a photo, checks for likes, reads comments, and measures her value in that feedback. It's not because she's weak, it's because her emotional system is wired to seek affirmation. Now imagine a man who gives her that validation freely early on, then suddenly stops. She becomes unsure, anxious, and starts chasing the emotional high she once received. That craving, when unmet, becomes her weakness. Confucius once said, "Respect yourself and others will respect you." When a woman doesn't feel respected or recognized in a relationship, she loses balance. Her self-image falters. She needs the mirror of your attention, but here's the truth. You must not become her only mirror. When you give validation wisely, sparingly, and genuinely, you become magnetic. But when you give it constantly, you become invisible. The strong man doesn't shower a woman with endless praise. He observes, he sees her deeply, and then speaks with intention. This builds tension, mystery, respect. You validate not to please, but to lead emotionally. She should feel that when you say something, good or critical, it matters. That your words are rooted in standards, not desperation. Don't validate too quickly. Make your words meaningful. Let her earn your praise by aligning with your values. Never seek validation from her in return. It weakens your masculine frame. Praise her character more than her appearance. It lasts longer. When you control your validation, you control her emotional storm. Not through force, but through disciplined presence. Drop a comment below if you've ever seen a woman change when the compliment stopped. What did you notice? Chapter 3. The fear of being replaced, her hidden anxiety. One of the deepest emotional triggers for a woman is her fear of being replaced. This fear is rarely spoken out loud, but it runs silently in the background of many of her actions, especially in relationships. Why? Because biologically and emotionally, women are wired for attachment. When she opens up to you, physically, mentally, emotionally, she's investing more than just time. She's offering vulnerability, and that creates a silent fear. What if he finds someone better? Younger, prettier, quieter, more exciting? That fear can turn into insecurity, jealousy, and even sabotage. Think of a woman dating a strong, ambitious man. He's focused, respected, and draws attention. As he grows, so does her fear. What if his rising status leads him to outgrow me? Suddenly she starts checking his phone, getting jealous of coworkers, or needing constant reassurance. Not because she's toxic, but because she fears being replaced without warning. Sun Tzu said, "If your opponent is of choleric temper, seek to irritate him." This may sound like war advice, and it is. But apply it emotionally. A woman may test you, not because she wants to lose you, but to gauge your loyalty, to feel secure in the silent battle she's fighting within herself. The mistake weak men make is over-reassuring or becoming emotionally submissive just to calm her down. That's not leadership. That's fear-based validation. A strong man stays grounded. He doesn't argue over imaginary threats or become reactive to her insecurity. He lives with purpose, includes her in his growth, but never explains his worth. When you maintain your masculine frame, her fear may surface, but it will also transform into respect. Don't play games to make her jealous. She'll lose trust. Stay focused on your purpose. That's what attracted her. Include her in your world, but never make her your world. Remind her of her place in your life through action, not desperation. Understand? A woman who fears being replaced is not weak. She's human. But how you respond to that fear determines whether you create emotional chaos or emotional loyalty. Drop a comment below if you've ever seen a woman become anxious when your attention shifted. How did you handle it? Chapter 4. The need for leadership, stability, and direction. Her deepest yearning. Perhaps the most profound female weakness, and the one most men fail to understand, is her need for leadership, stability, and direction. Modern culture often pretends men and women want exactly the same things, but the reality is, Women crave a man who knows where he's going, who provides security not just financially but emotionally, and who can lead without controlling. This isn't about being her boss, it's about being her rock. Think of the countless relationships where a man says, "I don't care, you decide," to avoid conflict. It sounds respectful, but to her, it feels like abandonment. She doesn't want to drag you through life. She wants to follow a man who knows himself. When you avoid making decisions, set no standards, or let her lead everything, she may seem grateful at first, but soon she loses attraction. She senses weakness. Her respect fades. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." This is your call to action. Leadership isn't about shouting orders, it's about clarity of vision and steadiness under pressure. A woman's need for leadership is rooted in safety. She wants to know you can navigate life's storms, that you can handle her emotions, your purpose, and the world's chaos without falling apart. If you hesitate, over-apologize, or need her to save you emotionally, she loses faith. And when faith is lost, love withers. But when you show strength, not arrogance, but real, calm certainty, she relaxes, she trusts, she chooses you over and over again. Make decisions, even small ones. Don't defer everything. Have a clear purpose and stay committed to it. Communicate calmly, even in conflict. Set standards for yourself and your relationship and live by them. A woman's deepest weakness is also her greatest gift to you. She's willing to give you her heart if you can prove you're strong enough to hold it. She doesn't want to dominate you, she wants to trust you. Don't disappoint her by being passive. Don't betray her by being cruel. Be the man who leads with integrity, wisdom, and strength, because at the end of the day, a woman who feels secure, cherished, and led will follow you anywhere. Drop a comment below if you believe men today have lost the art of leadership in relationships. Let's talk about how we can bring it back.